I did an interview with LADbible about nearly a year ago, and they finally released it on a series they do called Minutes With. You know, so my Minutes With episode has been put alongside people that were tortured in China, are ex-gang members, undercover cops. My struggles as a YouTuber really fit in. But I thought we'd give it a little watch today, a little reaction, because I can't remember what I said. This was recorded, I think this was in like March, no, March, probably about May or June I filmed this. So it's quite a while ago, so I genuinely can't really remember what I said. Memeulous opens up on fame, burnout, and e-boys times. You see, I was very excited to do that little walk in and sit down because everyone else does it so epic. Okay, let's look at the Scottish gangster one. I haven't seen this video, but I can guarantee his walk-in's going to be epic. Yeah, look, his sit-down's epic. I'm quite disappointed with mine. I feel like I could have put in a better performance.
Well, when I was like 11 years old, I'd make videos with like my friends in the park with just us like messing around. But my first video on the channel I run at the moment, it was just an edit of like a low-budget film.
I don't know why they picked this one. I mean, I do, because it was like my first video, but it's terrible. And Righteous 19, it says 28. Who subtitled this?
Honestly, it was just for fun, because I had a channel before and it had like a few thousand subs, and at that point I was like, oh, I could probably try and turn this into a job. And I got so sick of trying to do that, try and make it a career, I just made a channel for like just the...
That's very true. I did have a channel, I think it had about 5,000 subscribers, and I was like, you know what, if I really put effort into this, I could potentially make it a job. So I tried really hard, and then eventually it was just like, it just wasn't gonna, it wasn't meant to be for that one. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna try and make it my job anymore. I'm just gonna do something for fun. And ironically, that is the channel that became my job.
And ironically, that's the one
that's
that
what I'm
ended
saying.
up being my job. And it was just this video that blew up. It was on Little T. It was on Little T and Sophie Aspin, if anyone remembers.
I do remember. I remember very well, George.
Little T has been beefing with this girl called Sophie Aspin. But anyway, let's get into Little T, who you are. Sophie Aspin sends.
I don't know how anyone listens to my voice was so fucking annoying. And I don't know if I'm just thinking that because it was me, but my voice was so fucking annoying. Why did I sound like that? Why did I sound so monotonous?
Bloody hell, that's an intimidating location. I mean, is there anywhere more intimidating than your local kebab shop?
My delivery is fucking abysmal. How anyone watched me back then is a complete mystery to me.
On my earnings, I had like a day where I made like £100, and then it kind of averaged out at about like 60 from there on. So I was like, oh wow, I could actually make this like a viable job now. I've wanted to be a YouTuber, like it's like an absolute dream job, and I don't want to see it slip away. So that's the kind of thing that keeps me going and keep uploading. I try and
Very true. I do get burnt out quite a lot. Well, not quite a lot, but I've been experiencing it a little bit like the last few days. I think that's just because I'm tired. I'm just really tired for some reason, and I haven't really felt much motivation to record anything. Hence why there's been like a lack of... I was uploading like every day on this channel. That's why there's been like a lack of uploads. I'm so sorry. I've only been uploading like every 2 days instead of every 1 day. I deserve to be stoned. So no, I've just been tired. I don't know if it's like burnout, but I'm just tired. It's important to take breaks.
But burnout for me is where I don't upload for like a week and a half. I basically try and
upload... this has just become my life so much. It's all I do. YouTube is both my hobby and my job. So there's not really much escape from it. Like if I ever like say, oh, I'm going to take a break for these days, I just don't know what the fuck to do because I don't do anything else. Like the only other thing I do is like go to the gym, like as you can tell by his muscles, and like drink, but that just sounds depressing. I don't mean like drink on my own, I mean like go out and see friends. That's all I do other than YouTube.
I always try and find like new things to talk about. Like as of recent, I've been doing like reactions.
I say
a
lot. I'm very nervous in this interview, if you couldn't tell, because with like other shoots that aren't mine or like my friends, when like for example when we were doing the JD shoots, those were fine because I was in like a room and there was like 2 of my friends there who I was comfortable recording with. With this, it was just like me, some camera people, and this guy reading off questions, and I was quite nervous because I didn't want to say the wrong thing because I didn't have control over this cut or anything like that.
What do your parents make of what you do for a living?
I never really told them for like the first like few years I was doing it because I was just embarrassed. I didn't want to make him fun of me. But it wasn't until I hit like 100k.
Yeah, everyone be laughing about you until you be stacking bread. Then they don't be laughing.
And he was like, hello, Memeulous. I was like, what? And it's because his friends on Xbox had found my channel. And they were like, oh, this guy sounds like your brother.
That's a true story, by the way. That's That's true. I don't know how they managed to find me because that video only had like, I think it had like 100k views. So strange.
And then he went and told my parents, and my parents were like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Internet Celebrity." I was like, "Oh."
Hello, Mr. Internet Services. Who subtitled this video? But that doesn't make any sense. It's Mr. Internet Celebrity. How does Mr. Internet Services make any sense? I'm not an IT technician.
Feel it necessary to show my face. But then it kind of just spiraled and became its own thing and its own brand, I guess.
That's true. That's true. People think for some reason that this is like a well thought out disguise. It's really not. I kind of just used what I had around the house.
Like sometimes when I go on nights out with like friends who have YouTube channels, you see like drunken people like go up and grab them and drag them and basically like treat them like property. It's really, really like off-putting.
Yeah, that's like such a horrible thing to see. Like if I'm out with like a friend who's a YouTuber and someone recognizes them, most of the time they're all good, they're fine. But sometimes you get one that's like too drunk or just is too confident, and he comes up to you and he'll fucking like drag them and he'll like try and be like best mates with them. It's like just stop, you're embarrassing yourself.
And looking at the flip of it, what do you think is some of the worst stuff on YouTube at the moment?
God, it's like have you seen them like investment channels? Not like there's some good ones, but then there's some that's like, oh, Dogecoin is gonna go to $5. It's not. It's not.
I hate those fucking channels. There's so many of them, and so many people fall for their charisma, and they're like, oh my god, these people are so clever. They're so clever at stockbroking. Look at how much money they have. Look at how much money they have. I'm going to buy their course. Where do you think they got that fucking money from? It's from you buying their course. Most of these people made probably next to nothing from like stock trading or cryptocurrency. Most of these borderline criminals make all of their money from courses.
Do trolls bother you?
If that's your job and something you put a lot of work into, it's going to get anyone down.
Does that make grammatical sense from me? I feel as though there was a question before that or something leading onto that would make that make more sense. So I'm not referencing to what it is. It's obvious about videos, but it's just a weird way of saying it from me. I don't really get trolls. Because first of all, I don't really check anything, so I don't really know if I have trolls.
But as of recent, I've kind of stopped checking my social media.
I barely check, I check my YouTube comments quite a lot. I don't really check Twitter because a lot of people on Twitter are just absolute fucking losers. YouTube comments is probably like one of the only things I actually kind of check.
What everyone said, I could get 100 nice things sent to me, and then that one bad thing would make me, I'd be thinking about that all day. I still have the apps and everything, but I just don't really check what.
Speaking of, let's see what people are saying about this video. Are the lads who watch LADbible big fans of me? Knowing how serious the series is, then knowing Memeulous for who he is makes this the funniest shit ever. Genuinely thought this was a parody when I saw the thumbnail. What video could be a gateway to your channel? Me, an intellectual, Harry Potter and the No Scope. So it's good to see many Memeuluses in the comments. How did we go from gangsters and genocide survivors to fucking Memeulous? What do you mean? What do you mean? This guy is soulless. What the fuck does that mean? What? They were asking me questions about my channel on YouTube. How did you get I was soulless from that? What on earth? Let's have a look at your channel then. SNK Nostalgia. Bro, that's your TV's from like fucking 1995. Nice, good shit. I'm confused why he has to hide. Who cares who you are? Thanks, Mari. 2022 will be my outbreak year in my music. Go on, let's have a look. Odds on this being absolute fucking trash. No, it's not terrible. Interesting stories, please, not children's entertainers. Excuse me, I'm not a children's entertainer. I entertain big, muscular, manly men. And this is an interesting story. The story of Memeulous will one day be made into a movie.
More recently, there's been a lot of rumours flying around about what happened to the E-Boys.
I get asked about the E-Boys more than fucking anything, and it's at this point, I don't want to ever be asked about what really happened to it's what was publicized. There was no like secret thing. I'm gonna say, okay, this is gonna be the last time I talk about E-Boys in like why it ended. It ended because of what we put out publicly. Nothing else. There was no secret beef or anything. It just ended. All right.
Can you give us the real reason?
The real reason is what has
That's
been
what I'm
put on.
saying.
It was a fun year. I don't regret doing it. It was good fun. A lot of good memories.
Yeah, it was a good fun year. It's something like It was like a project, like a small project that what was that thing Markiplier did? Like Unus Annus, I think that was called. So they did like a video, like they did this channel for like a year and then they deleted it at the end of it. I kind of see E-Boys like that. It was just like a fun project to work on. I don't think it was very like sustainable as for all of us, because we all want to do other stuff. We all want to do our own channels, and it's just a lot of work, you know.
If you could go back to
Oh, I love that little shot there. Let's have a look at that. Look at that. That's a cinematic shot. It makes me look so serious.
If you could go back to yourself when you were very first starting out, what would you say to yourself?
Ooh, that's a good question. Make the videos engaging throughout. Good equipment, because I remember for a while I was using like this really crap mic for like this was after I did like MLG.
MLG. Excuse me, is the subtitle on this not familiar with MLG? Christ.
But then if you do it for like 5-6 years, like persistently, chances are you're going to have like some form of success. Diversifying your income is just.
I don't know why they cut out when they asked me the question, as if those two questions were tied in about what advice would you give to yourself when you started YouTube. And then it just cuts to diversifying your income. Why did they cut out the question for that? That's so strange. There must have been a question asked before that, right?
I think you kind of just got to look at why your best videos did best. I think it's more about just learning.
Yeah, well said, George. Yes, good video. Well done. That was a great interview, George. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today's video. If you want to see the full video, you can just search it up. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Much in the description. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.